Hi, welcome to Diamond Delight Edibles. My name is Liz. Well, you should know that if you're a member here. But if this is the first time you're downloading a video, my name is Liz. So today I'm going to show you how to make some yummy Canna butter cookies. So I did this in an orange and black for the Halloween time of the year there. So if you're going to a party or you just want to get into the Halloween spirit, you can make them up in these orange and black color. Or if you're just good with the traditional, you could just go with the plain there. So let's jump into the ingredients, the equipment that we're going to need, and then I'm going to show you how to get these little puppies baked. All right, so what we are going to need for our Canna butter cookies is a quarter cup of milk, preferably whole milk, but whatever you got in your fridge, it'll work. And if you're lactose or can't drink milk, you can definitely use a soy milk or another milk alternative. Half a cup, of regular butter. I use salted, you can use salted or unsalted. A quarter cup of Canna butter. 2 cups of flour. 1.5 cups of icing sugar. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1 egg. And optional, we can add maraschino cherries to the top. And in the spirit of Halloween, I'm going to do some of them orange and black, so we can have some pretty decorated cookies for Halloween. We're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I am going to infuse my my icing sugar with 2 tablespoons of shatter tincture. So I'd have a video up there to show you how you can make shatter or concentrate tincture. And again, I'm going to add that into my icing sugar. All right, so I'm going to show you the equipment that we need, and then we're going to jump right in and get these made. All right, so the equipment that we're going to need, you're going to need a couple of mixing bowls. Yeah. A hand mixer. Or you can use your stand mixer if you want, but it's not a really big job, so I just go with the hand mixer. A strainer for we're going to do some sifting. A whisk, maybe. Not sure if we're going to use it, but we might need it. A spatula. Measuring spoons. The larger size tips, decorating tips. If you don't have these, no big deal. You can just make it kind of whole. And you want some disposable or piping bags. They don't have to be disposable, but I'm lazy, so disposable it is. And a couple of parched wine cookie sheets. And that's basically all we need. As you know, I usually always forget something, but I let you know along the way. So let me get this a little bit organized here, and we will start making some cookies. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is infuse my icing sugar here. And I'm only using 2 tablespoons, like I said, because I made this with shatter, so it's a lot stronger than if I were to use a weed tincture. So I just want to dribble it around. We're going to use our whisk and whisk that through nicely. And you want to break down any balls that are forming there, because that's what's holding your tincture. And then we're going to run that through the strainer to make sure that it gets nicely distributed. Pop it into my strainer. And then I'm just going to work this through. So I said you want to make sure to do this step so that it breaks down any clumps of the icing sugar, so that you don't just end up with one big blob somewhere of straight tincture, or straight shatter actually. There we go. That back in that bowl. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to cream our butter and our sugar. Spatula, I'm looking for my spatula. So in goes my can of butter. And my regular butter. So my video had turned off on me and did not realize that till I got finished mixing it up here. So I'm going to tell you the steps. I do apologize that you won't actually have a visual, but it's not really any different than doing any kind of other basic cookie recipe. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your butter into the bowl and you're going to whip that up for a minute or so, get your two butters combined. Next, you're going to add in your egg, get that incorporated, get that in mixed in well. Then you will add in your milk and your vanilla. Again, continue to mix that with your beater until that is well incorporated. And then you're going to add your icing sugar in, 1/3 of a cup, about 1/3 of a cup at a time. Once that is incorporated, just add in the rest of it and continue mixing for about 2 minutes. And the last step, you want to add your 1/4 teaspoon of salt to your flour and then sift that in 1/3 of a cup at a time and continue mixing until it's all mixed well. Until you get your dough like so. So thick, but still very workable. And I do apologize for that. Sorry again. We'll have a visual for the rest of it. Oops. All right, so we got our cookie dough made here. So I'm going to split off half the cookie dough. I'm going to make it in the orange black colors, and then the other half we're just going to keep it plain. I'll throw some little cherries on top, make it look nice. Yeah, that looks good. About thirds, split it up into thirds. And you want to use gel food coloring. A little orange. Black. Ooh. And then we'll just get those mixed in. Oh, look at me all covered in flour. Oh, I am such a mess. I did want to change my name to the Messy Chef, but that was already taken. So you just want to get that mixed in till it's all pretty much a uniform color. Keep checking to make sure it's still recording. All right, so I've got those mixed there together and my plain one. Now I'm going to get my piping bags. So I've got a star tip, a couple star tips, and I don't know, another starish type tip. I'll put links for those two particular tips if you would like down below. So the first thing I want to do is make a little hole here so I can fit in my tip. So what I like to do is cut approximately where I think I need the tip, but I like to do a little bit shorter than what I need. That way I don't end up making a bigger hole than what is needed. Because otherwise your tip will just come flying right out of the end. The other is you can just slip it in, see approximately where you need to cut it, slide it back. And there we go. You just want that tip just to come out. Just the tip. Now you want a spatula here, and we are going to do a 2-color. So you can fold your bag back, the edge there, take some onto your knife, and then up one side of the bag, you're going to lay down the your cookie batter, your cookie dough. And then do the same with the block along the other side. That didn't quite work out as planned. It would have helped if I used a larger piping bags. Put in a little too much orange, I think. There we go. So I was just squeezing that out till I got to the black part, so I can add the orange and the black. And now I'm going to add in my plain. I'm going to take my plain cookie dough, get it dropped in there. I'm going to just squeeze till it starts coming out. There we go. Excellent. I'm just going to put these off to the side for now, and I can add finish off the rest of that later. Now you want to get your cookie trays, Parch 9 cookie trays, or the silicone cookie mats. You can absolutely use those. And with my orange and black, I'm going to make a spiral, and I'm going to go from the outside in. Can you see me? I think so. You want to try and hold your bag as straight up as possible, 90 degree, and just go make a circle on about the size that you want for the outside, and then just circle back around to the center. And you want to try and make them all approximately the same size, so that way they bake evenly. I have a little hole in the side here. I got a little snake sneaking out. And now for our plain ones. Oh! Now that can be the problem with reusable sometimes. I got a nick in it and my stuff came out the side. So not a big deal. I'm just going to grab a new piping bag and drop this into the new one. Take that dough, throw that in there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this off to where the dough is. Just makes it easier for me to transfer it to the new bag. Just throwing it upside down there and just ladder in. Hope this bag works out okay. So with these, I just have a different tip. I'm doing the same pattern. Just a circle, a rosette, outside circle, and just bring it into the center. Makes you look fancy. You could also do this shape with this star tip here, is just press down and just pull back. Kind of make like a ladyfinger. Try to see if I can squeeze one more out. Well, she ain't pretty. That'll be our tester cookie. And if you have more dough, just go ahead and refill up your bags and continue until you get all your cookies piped out. So realistically, this made 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So this probably makes about 24 cookies or so, because I still have some of the black and the green left over. All right, so we are going to pop these into the fridge for half an hour, and then we will take them out and we'll get them baked up, and we get to do the best part, is try them. But one thing I forgot to tell you is if you did want to add on some maraschino cherries, you would do this now before we put them into the fridge. So just fish out a cherry, and you can just cut a little piece off of it, or use half. I just use a little piece. and you would just stick it in this, pop it down the center there. There you go. Said you want to add a little cherry for a little bit of color there. And there we got it. Okay. Again, you could add sprinkles on too if you would like. Well, I can't seem to find my sprinkles right now, but as I said, if you wanted to do some sprinkles, just sprinkle them on before baking and before you put them into the fridge. That way they'll set in nicely and they won't all fall off when we're finished baking. All right, so pop these in for half an hour and I'll be back. All right, so our cookies are ready to go. What you want to do is about halfway through your chilling time on your cookies is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius. That way they will be ready to go. The oven will be ready to go when your cookies are ready. So I'm going to pop these in the oven for about 10 to 14 minutes or until the plain ones here become a nice golden brown. It's a little hard to tell with the colored ones, so I'm going to use the whiter ones as my indication when they're ready. So I said about 10 to 14 minutes until a nice golden brown. And you want to put them on the middle rack. All right, so we'll be back shortly when those are baked and get to try them out. Yum, yum, yum. All right, so our cookies are done. They took about 14 minutes, and see they're nice golden brown on the bottom, and the tops are a little bit a lighter golden brown. So I'm going to go with, don't look for golden brown all over. Stick with nice golden brown on the bottom. Make sure that they're not shiny on top. That lets you know that they're baked as well. And you can also push down, and if it feels solid there and it doesn't squish in or cave in, you should be good to go. So you're gonna let those cool for just a couple minutes on the baking sheet, and then move them over to a cooling rack. Oops! Just trying to do things to make things easy, but of course that never works. It's hot. All right, so here are our cookies. I'm gonna let this cool down for just a minute. Well, I'll give it a shot. It's pretty good. So let's give her a taste. They smell very Canna. Nice and light and crunchy, and they taste really, really good. So yummy. Thumbs up on that recipe. That turned out really nicely. So that's everything I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed that demonstration here on how to make Canna butter cookies. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I will do my best to get back to everybody that I can. And as always, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Thanks again for joining. I really appreciate your sponsorship. So that's everything that I've got for you today. I hope you enjoy. Whoops! They all slid off. So that's my recipe there on how to make Canna butter cookies. I hope you enjoyed that recipe. And if you do have any questions, please let me know. I will do my best to answer as many people as I can. Sometimes I get a little overwhelmed and it makes it a little difficult. And I really, truly want to thank everybody who's joined the membership. I really appreciate your support. It means the absolute world to me. So that's everything, as I said. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.